Hey everybody, it is me, Chasey Poo, and today I'm going to be doing not a review. Ooh, what a surprise for once. Today I'm actually going to be doing a comparison video of 3 Packers that I really like, and I want to give you the breakdown of all 3 so that you can make an informed decision as to what you would like to get. So, if you have been watching my channel for a long time, for years honestly, you would know that my favorite Packer of all time is the Mr. Limpy. This is all reliable, baby. This was my first Packer ever that I got when I was 16, so like 2007. I used a Much Music prepaid credit card to buy it from early to bed. What an exciting time it was in my life, but this is the Mr. Limpy. So I love this Packer. I've loved it for years. Now, there are 2 things that I do not like about it. One, it's not made of skin-safe material. It is made of this rubbery, like TPR material that secretes oils. It's porous, it's not good for your skin, and it does absorb bacteria, so you need to not put this up against your skin. So that's the one thing I don't like. The other thing that I really don't like is the balls are just so big. Over the years, I'll tell you, I have gotten over it, I have gotten used to it, and I still love my little old reliable Mr. Limpy. However, the balls are definitely an issue for a lot of people. They're just so thick. If you compare, so this is the small Mr. Limpy, and if you compare it to like their bigger one, the balls are like half the size. I don't understand why they had to make the small one with the big balls, but whatever. So those are the 2 things I don't like. Oh, I guess I don't like the durability factor as well, so 3 things, I guess. It does not last long. Like, if you wear this every single day, you have to replace it every year. However, it's $16. So, what am I comparing it to, you ask? Well, a new Packer has hit the market not too long ago that I reviewed, and I'll put the reviews for all of these in the description below. However, this is the Whip Smart Packer. Doesn't that look exactly like the Mr. Limpy to you? Because it does look exactly like the Mr. Limpy to me, except the balls are small. And it's still that rubbery material that I do not like, unfortunately, but here we are. And the 3rd Packer that I'm comparing in this video is the On-The-Go Packer. This is also just like the Mr. Limpy, except it's made out of silicone. 100% silicone. It is skin safe. You can put it up against your skin. That's no issues. Easy to clean. You can sanitize it, boil it, whatever you want to do. But it comes at a steeper price. Out of the 3, all right, let's kind of just go through them. Every single one of them have a 3-inch shaft length. Every single one of them. If you look at the Mr. Limpy and the On-The-Go Packer, you see that the Mr. Limpy pokes out a little bit more and the On-The-Go kind of goes down. So what I think happened here is that the people at Whip Smart were like, okay, people like a soft Packer, let's make exactly the Mr. Limpy, but with smaller balls. And then the people at Tantus who make the On-The-Go Packer were like, let's make exactly the Mr. Limpy, but silicone. So that's what happened. I just wish that these were a baby together and it was silicone, but also squishy, but also thin balls. All right, so there's definitely a weight difference. The Mr. Limpy is 4.7 ounces. The Whip Smart is 4.1 ounces. And the On-The-Go is 5.3 ounces. So I know it's not that big of a difference, but it is a little bit heavier because it's made out of silicone. All right, so let me bring them up to the camera so I can show you the details. All right, Mr. Limpy, all reliable. This is what it looks like. This is the light beige color. It also comes in like a light brown color as well. And many moons ago, it also came in a pink. Like, it is very, very stretchy. The balls are stretchy. All right, so now we're looking at the Whip Smart. It looks exactly like the Mr. Limpy. It's wild. Very, very squishy. We like that. The balls are thin, which makes it easier to pack with. And then we have the Tantus On-The-Go Packer. It doesn't stretch as much because it's made out of silicone. The balls are like a thicker material, obviously, because it's silicone, but just so you can see the details. All right, let me do a little squish test. You see how that is squishy, and this one is a little bit less. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is something I don't think I've ever actually done, is I'm gonna split screen my screen and show you me packing with them like together at the same time, but individually. Just go, roll the tapes. So as you can see, there is not much of a difference between all 3 of them. I was pleasantly surprised that the On-The-Go Packer actually looked as good as it did while packing, because I thought it was going to make like a thicker bulge, because it has the same profile as the Mr. Limpy when it's in underwear. This is literally the profile. It looks the exact same. However, with the Mr. Limpy, it's squishy. So if you're wearing pants, it does squish it down a little bit, whereas this one isn't as squeezable. However, when I I packed with it, I was pleasantly surprised that it felt and looked very good. So I talked a little bit about the prices previously, but let me go again. Mr. Limpy, the small one, is $16. You know, it was like $12 for like 100 years, and then inflation happened, and now it's $16. Rude. The Whip Smart is $25, and the On-the-Go Packer is $44. So it is pretty steep, from $16 to $44. Again, pros and cons. If you're okay with using like a packing strap or packing underwear, like the Cake Bandit underwear or boxers that you saw me wear in the comparison showing video here, then you could absolutely go with the cheaper option packer, especially if you're not going to put it up against your skin. However, if you're okay with spending a little bit more money, this one will last you a little bit more time. It's more durable, made out of silicone. You can pack it up against your skin without worrying about it, and it's much easier to clean and sanitize and even store. Whereas these two are going to be harder to store. Like, you can't store these together or with products that have similar kind of rubbery texture because they'll fuse together and melt. Also, if you put these on a table or a napkin or anything, there will be a indent of the balls or whatever position you have it in because it secretes oils. The Mr. Limpy comes in 2 colors. The Whip Smart comes in 2 different colors. This dark brown is actually much darker than the Mr. Limpy, so that's a plus. And then the On-the-Go Packer comes in 4 colors. There is purple, light beige, light brown, and dark brown. So again, pros and cons. What are you looking for? I feel like the On-the-Go Packer is more accessible in terms of color. However, it's the least accessible in terms of cost. The Mr. Limpy is the most accessible in terms of cost. However, there's only 2 colors, and the darker shade is really, really not that dark. And then you have the Whip Smart, which is kind of in the middle, where it's still cheap at $25, and the darker shade is actually a little bit darker than you would expect, like from the Mr. Limpy. So really, again, it's up to you to decide. All right, what's my decision? What do I choose? What's my favorite? I thought that this was going to be much harder to choose from. I will say right off the bat, the On-the-Go Packer, get out of here. You're great. Silicone, love it. However, I'm somebody that doesn't like a lot of change. So for me personally, it is now between All Reliable Mr. Limpy and the Whip Smart Packer. It's a hard one, I'll tell you. My heart stays with Mr. Limpy forever. I don't care about the balls anymore. It is my soul, my heart and soul, and I love it for the rest of my days. But the Whip Smart has the thin balls, which I've literally been waiting for years, so I'm gonna be honest, and I can't. I literally want to say that the Whip Smart is now the #1 packer in my view of a 3-inch packer that's like not super expensive, but I think I have to go with Mr. Limpy. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like I have such a connection because it was my first packer ever when I first realized or like thought I might be trans. So like on an emotional level, it's the Mr. Limpy. On a practical level, because of the thin balls, it's the Whip Smart. There's my answer. That was harder to get to than I thought. I did not plan this video properly, apparently. Anyways, if you want to see more information or like more details on like packing and stuff like that, please take a look at my Fansly page. I'm going to put a link in the description below. I will also have a full blog post on my blog of the comparison and the differences with a little bit more data, and it's going to be a little bit more organized. My bad. This is one of my first times I feel like really doing a comparison video because I haven't really done those, so I've wanted to do them for years, so we're learning together. Love me. All right, I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you like? Are we going with Mr. Limpy, All Reliable? Are we going with the Whip Smart, the new guy in town? Are we going for the sturdy bro, the On-the-Go Packer? What do you want? What are you looking for? What do you think? All right, have a great day. Bye.